we saw a positive end to the year, notably with the manufacturing growing double digits, and that obviously, its dependence on exports meant that we had a pick up on the export side. In 2021, we do expect economic growth to continue to pick up based on exports, with growth to grow about 5.6. It's probably going to be a little bit uneven though, so we're looking more at the electronics and those sort of pandemic-related biomedical industries to outperform versus sort of other more domestic-related hospitality and services will continue to lag behind those more export-dependent sectors.
But do you think Singapore will stand out within ASEAN and be the best performer?
With ASEAN, no. Unfortunately, we do have other countries which have been able to normalise activity much faster. So, for example, Vietnam is obviously one of those sort of star performers. And the other thing is that even though the domestic activity is starting to pick up, they're remaining very cautious. So we know we've entered the phase 3, but it still has limitations on the amount of people and gatherings, which it will dampen that recovery in the hospitality and services sector more widely. So it's going to be improving. 5.6% is still a healthy growth rate, but it's not returning to sort of pre-COVID levels until at least the end of 2021.
The Thailand growth forecast for 2021 between 2.5–3.5%, is that tad optimistic, given how much the economy depends on travel coming back, and that would essentially be the last end of the recovery story?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It is very dependent on tourism. Tourism counts for about 20% of GDP directly and indirectly, and we're not looking for the tourism sector to bounce back by any means, even with a global rollout of vaccines. In fact, actually, it's going to take to about 2024. In terms of since we're a little bit more optimistic, we're looking for growth about 4%. That's after some weakness in Q1, obviously, with the restrictions being reimposed. But we are looking for output, notably in the automobile industry, to pick up. And this is very dependent, of course, though, on its infrastructure spend from Thailand, which does, of course, raise some general risk of disbursement with the government. But we're looking for a 4%, which is higher than consensus.